Hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Hey, Rachel, I am doing fine. How are you today?
Good, good. It's getting a little toasty, but we're making it.
Yes, yeah, summer's coming to us. Oh my God, I'm so excited for today's. I have so many things in my head. We are going through such an exciting moment that it's going to be hard to keep this short. So let's get started.
Sounds good to me. Well, today we're going to be talking about form letters.
Form letters to me is one of those modules that it's amazing how several users are not there yet using form letters. And once they get the idea, they say, oh my God, how could I live without this so long? And they go just bananas crazy with the form letters. I love form letters.
Yes. Well, speaking from experience, form letters definitely can be hard to wrap your mind around. And I've been there. So it definitely takes a little bit. So for me, the easiest way to think about form letters is thinking that all it is taking the data that is on the page directly in front of you and compiling it into a different form. That's all it is. And you tell it how to do so.
Yep, I like that. I like that analogy. One for me, because form letters, the very first incipient version of form letters with wise option was with Microsoft Word.
Right.
So I like to think about Microsoft Word documents that has, one document that has spots that should be filled out with data. And instead of you just let wise option fill up those gaps and, so Microsoft Word is the first thing that comes in my mind. As a matter of fact, it was so close to Microsoft Word when we opened the preview and editing. So yeah, it's a good way to put it. So creating forms or letters that wise option use a template and replace special containers, special positions with actual data.
Yes. Yeah. So what for you are the kind of the most common places you see users using form letters?
Well, most definitely clients updates, right? So if there's anything about the information that you want to send, because in Wise Option 6 today, it is possible to send emails directly from the form letters module. So if you're there, you open your form letters, Wise Option picks a template that you want to use, merge the data, prepare the document for you. It already suggests even the email address. If you have the email address in the customer account, you just hit send, and from the program, you send an email. So things like, I would say, your mare ovulated, we bred your mare today, or we flushed your mare today, pregnancy checks, results, any kind of updates that you want to give your customer. I think that's one of the major one, in my opinion. How about you?
I think also when it comes to cover letters for billing or for attachments on PDFs, they're really helpful. So whether you're sending a credit card receipt or, like I said, any sort of billing cover letter that you'd like on top of the billing statement or the receipt, not only does it make your email look a little more professional, but also helps you convey the rest of the cumulative information you want to go along with that receipt or that bill.
That's true because, for example, departure reports is a good example on what you're saying. They can generate a departure report right there in a PDF template, and you're going to send that departure report as an attachment. But guess what? Every single email needs a cover letter. So you can use a form letter to do the cover letter, and the departure reports go. It's a lot of features. So just us saying here, there's so many things. I think we got to do a pretty good job. Of course, this is not for how to use form letters, but it's going to inspire our users to study a little bit more about the form letters, and for us to also create content and give them some e-learning. I would like if you could help us and have a very detailed e-learning section only about form letters, please.
Definitely. It'll be coming soon.
Well, one thing about form letters that's occurring to me here also, it's labels for invoices. When you have dispensed invoices and you want to send the patient back home, label is another opportunity, because in Wise Option, you have the invoice, you just highlight which item, you put your descriptions, your recommendations, your prescription, your treatment plan for that particular medication. Just grab the variables, because Wise Option make all those fields available for you to put in your templates, merge, stick your label to the container, and off the
Yeah.
page goes.
Yeah, definitely. I also like using it for our newer feature that I think came out in version 76 or 77 was the email blast feature. So being able to send massive amounts of emails to groups of clients or all your clients. Form letters are really going to help with that as well. So any sort, especially with what's going on today, you need to keep your clients up to date with your newer practices or your more different updates and stuff that you need to appraise all your clients of. Really nice, quick, easy way to combine, group massive emailing with, templates.
True. And I think that a combination between, now that we have blast emails, we could also teach our users how to expedite those communications. It can be, of course, just like a, celebration or season greetings and stuff like that. Also, through tags, which is a very nice feature, you tag customers, bad debts or customers that are with outstanding balances, and you just use your email blast and you select the list of customers based on those tags and let the program just send all the bunch of letters for you and stay in touch. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Well, why don't we show them just a little bit? We'll use our screen just a little bit here. Let me go ahead and add that up. So we're on the home screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just go to the patient file. I think that's kind of the easiest, simplest one I can do just real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab one patient in particular. And so I'm just going to use the form letters here. And one thing to keep in mind with form letters, like I said, this is not going to be a how-to video, but this will just be kind of a general little bit of tips here and there. And then we're going to make those e-learnings for you guys to make sure that you have a more in-depth, step-by-step way how to create these for you guys. But just to go over, I think the most thing that a lot of people forget is that when you make form letters, it is only pulling information from the page you are on. So if you want something relating to the customer account, even though you've created a template for it, you can't open that form letter from here, the patient file, because that's not where the customer account information is. So it's just something to keep in mind here. So I'll go ahead and open up my form letter template here. And I'm just going to go ahead and open up one of the templates I've got going on here. And I'm going to
how would you describe the difference between the left side and the right side on that previous screen?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and I'm just going to exit out of here so you can go back. So on the left side of the screen there, it's more like your categories. And then on the right side of the screen is underneath those categories, it is your templates. So I've got a few of them here. So I've got like embryo transfer pregnancy checks. And then under that, I've got templates for different day markers under there as well.
Gotcha. I gotcha. It's more like, putting together, grouping up different types of form letters.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So on here we've got our general form letter here. This probably wasn't a good one to start with, but I'll go ahead and I'll undo the fields here. So because I'm on the patient page, I've got all the patient info as available fields. So when I'm here and I'm typing my form letter, I can simply double click and add thing like patient name, and it's going to pull the patient name into that form letter. But what another kind of more advanced feature of this is these custom blocks, which is what you see here with these that are surrounded by these hashtags. You can see this one says radiographic analysis. So I'll double click on my custom block here and I'm going to edit this. And this is a more advanced feature of the form letters, but what this is going to do for you is this is going to allow for much more customized data entry. And this one here, the radiographic analysis, is a really good example of it, because if I go ahead and I'm going to save and exit out of here, and I'm just going to go ahead and preview this. And while this is loading, I'll kind of talk about this. So you can see here that these are the custom block fields. And so this is what it has allowed me to do. So I can go through here and actually add all these descriptions in that are going to show up.
That makes me think a lot about the opportunity doctors, not only technicians, but doctors can use this for maybe discharge instructions or pre-purchase exams. So they can create some sort of a checklist. And I can see that those are also combined with the friendly editor. So there's very little typing and come up with a very creative forms on generating our templates. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
So from here, it's really nice because I can email it really quickly. It's already set up to email whoever I need to. And on top of it, I could also save it as a PDF over here, or I could also generate the report. So I'm going to go ahead and generate the report.
What would you describe as generating the report? What is it?
I am saving it to that horse's file. It is now.
In other words, after merged, you can grab a copy of that and put in the database, so it's going to be there for their history.
So, and to access this, I can just go ahead and select that horse that I was on, and I'm just going to come up here to custom reports. And this custom report is right here.
Yes. One other thing that I'd like to say is that how important it is. Sometimes people don't get, can you just go for me, please, to real quick to the embryo transfer log? Because every place, sometimes people ask us, what is that @ sign I see in some of the forms in Wise Option? So that @ sign is just for you to pick one of the records. And once you pick that record, you click on the @ sign, and that @ sign means you can use form letters for that record, because now Wise Option knows which record you're talking about, and you can, grab any kind of information. So it is very important. Of course, if you are in the main horse file, Wise Option doesn't know which embryo transfer record you're talking about. So if you keep the separation about, okay, I want to talk about an embryo transfer, so I should go to the embryo transfer log, point which record it is, and then I can use my form letters. And one last thing that I'd like to say is I'm so excited about the communication module. The communication module, guys, it's coming, and it's already available in version 79 and version 80. It's coming out next week. So basically, every single email you sent out from Wise Option is going to be archived in the list of history for messages sent from Wise Option, and it's going to be linked to the patient file and to the customer file.
Yeah. So really nice way of keeping up on all your records, and good auditing system as well.
Okay, I know that we are already blowing up our time over here, but I have one more nice thing to say, because it's going to be so cool. Imagine we using form letters combined not with emails, but text messages.
Yep, that's coming too.
We are in test phase for that one as well, so it should be coming. I believe the text message for form letters, my expectation, if everything goes fine, it's not a promise, but I think that should maybe mid-June, we should have it's coming out.
Sounds like a plan to me. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And of course, like I said, keep an eye out. We'll also post when we post those e-learnings for the form letters. So please don't hesitate to go ahead and contact us once you watch those, and if you need any extra help or support. And thank you again for joining us, and hope you have a good rest of your week.
Stay tuned. Bye.